Good morning, everyone. Well, we're live here a little bit earlier on a Sunday, but I'm heading out to church a little bit earlier today. So I wanted to jump on here and continue our 30 days of straight lives. We are on day 28 when it comes to stewardship. And it's so funny, as I've been going on and on about the topic of stewardship, there's just so much more that gets to be revealed of what we get to steward. And there's so many things that we get to steward, not that we have to, it's a get to. So I hope that you're picking that up through this whole journey together and you're picking up something new, putting it in your back pocket, because there are going to be things you enjoy and you pick it up and things you don't, and then you can leave it. But here we are talking about stewarding your home. And it's so interesting because I actually had a conversation the other day with a friend, so very recent, in regards to stewarding your home, because so often we get caught up on stewarding so many things. But what about your home? What about your family? So I guess this is really stewarding your home slash family, truly, because we often steward or we focus on things outside of the home and then we come back home. And a lot of the times our home or our family members get the worst of us. And I definitely have been in that boat where I have not given my husband, it's just he and I right now, who have not given him my best because I'm so focused and pouring so much out when I'm outside our four walls of our home. But when you come home, your family should get some of the best of you. And yes, they may see the worst because, you can let your guard down and it's going to happen, but it shouldn't always happen. Right. So, physically in the home, how we get to steward is, our things, like taking care of our things, really being able to make sure that things are taken care of so they last. Right. I know a lot of people, they just kind of throw things around and just, they buy a bunch of stuff and they don't steward what they have and then they have plenty, but they really don't like take care of the things, whether it's your TV, like your walls, your floors, like whatever. As crazy as that sounds, as crazy as that sounds, being able to take care of the things that you have so it can last longer. Did you ever learn that from grandparents where they had certain things that they had literally forever, but they took care of it so well that it lasted decades? Like there are things in our midst that we could take care of that will last for a long time if we choose. So even though with the physical items, the physical nature of your home, making sure you're taking care of the lawn and the yard and just taking care of things so you can exude excellence. So you can exude that you're taking care of the things that are in your possession. Your car, for example, a lot of people will have really messy cars. I hate a messy car. Oh, it drives me insane. I love it washed. I love it clean. I love it detailed. I hate a messy car because it just feels gross. So when you get into it, you're kind of like, eh. But when you get into a detailed, clean car, it's like, oh. Or even if you walk into a home and say you had cleaning ladies come, right? Cleaning ladies come, they give it a deep clean. You want to preserve that as much as possible because it feels good. It feels fresh. Like you really do love those aspects. I don't know somebody who doesn't. And so those are pieces there where it's like we get to steward that. But now when it comes to inside the home and the people in the home, because again, stewarding your home, stewarding your family really can go hand in hand, really looking at family first. Family first, children first, your spouse, like your family is your first ministry. Like we get to pour into our family first. They shouldn't get the last of us. They should get like a good version of us. Doesn't mean it's going to happen all the time, but they should. And I was talking about this with a friend of mine who is a stay-at-home mom, two boys. And, she doesn't have a job because, her boys all are the full-time job. And a lot of people are like, you need to get a part-time job. You need to be able to bring an income into the home, to help your husband. And, she's looking for a part-time job. But a lot of people have been weighing in of like, show your importance in the home and get a job. Well, I said, here's a great response. And this is what the Lord downloaded to me for her. Your children are your fruit. And she has amazing kids, how she's been able to pour into them. Every time I turn around, they're like, Mommy, I want to play this sport like you. Mommy, I want to lift like you. Mommy, I want to do this like you. Like these boys can't wait to be like their mom because of the excellence that she exudes. She could be somebody that is making millions of dollars in a business and then her kids end up in rehab. Could be. And so many times people discount the first ministry that a mother has or even a father within the home because we get to be the examples. We get to show them. They're in their like their years of really being able to see like how should I act, react, operate. So your home, your family is your first ministry. Truly is. But so many people are so fixated on the income and the job, and I get it. We need money. But money should never come over family, ever, ever. So when you steward the home, obviously stewarding inside the home, taking care of things, your family's going to see that. They're going to take care of things because they see you, but then also taking care of the relationships and your responsibility as a mother, as a wife, as a husband, as a father, like or as a child, right? Like maybe you're single and it's even as a child, like we get to steward those things. And we tend to put that on the back burner because you're like, oh, well, I need this. And this pain is like, I got to make money or I got to do this. I got to focus on these other things. You, my friend, have the capacity to do so much more than what you think you're capable of doing right now. You truly do. And if anybody's looking for a good book recommendation, here it is. One of my favorite books. I love that I just pull like back on the shelf and pull out a book here. It's called No Limits by John Maxwell. No Limits by John Maxwell. This is one of my favorite books when it comes to growing capacity. My gosh, you could literally read a chapter a month and then do a deep dive. You truly could. So develop the capacities you already possess. Remove the caps from your capacity. Do things that maximize your capacity, like attitude capacity, intentionality capacity, discipline, abundance, character, responsibility, risk, spiritual capacity, growth capacity, partnership. Like the guy goes in deep and it's so good. It's one of my favorite books and I've read it in a couple different seasons. Probably could read it again because it gets you to really assess where you're at now and how you can grow. Growing does take sacrifice. Growing does take discernment over acting and reacting in our feelings and our emotions. And when we get to focus on stewarding our home first, this is where we lay our head down. This is where we can have a place to retreat. This is where we can have peace. And if you don't have peace in your home, you need to back all the way up and be like, okay, what do we get to shift and change? What do we get to shift and change? And maybe it's a season where there's not a ton of peace, but you know what? In the midst of chaos, there still can be peace and peace that surpasses all understanding. I know because I have physically been in it, where my life has been chaotic all around. You'll never necessarily see that on here because I'm not going to like wear it. Like things are crazy. I'm always going to look for that. Where can I find peace in the midst of this season and this chaos and things that I have no control over that are happening to me, but at the same time can also be happening for me because I can learn something from it on how I react and how I show up. So if your home does not exude peace, you need to start there. How can we get it to be more peaceful? And with that, stewarding the relationships in the home, stewarding the physical things within the home, making sure you take care of things. Like there's a lot of homes I've walked into and I'm just like, I feel the chaos. There's things everywhere, cram, nook and cranny. It's like they're filling it with stuff and focusing on the stuff rather than maybe stewarding the relationships or stewarding what they already have. A lot of people do that. They will buy things because it's filling a gap for them. I've known people in my life where they had buying problems galore. I mean, packages daily coming to the door of random stuff, cheap stuff, whatever kind of stuff that would fill in the gap. But you know what? Whenever I want something and I'm like, okay, I really want to get this pair of shoes, for example, I'll get the pair of shoes and I'm happy to get it. But then it's like, it's only a little high, right? It's like the buyer's high, like get it in the mail. Okay, great. Now what else? I want more. It's always a more. And the whole point of this whole live for 30 days is stewarding what you have because we all want more. But how are we going to be trusted with more if we don't steward the things that we have? So in the home, a great assessment that you can do today is, do I have peace in my home? Why or why not? How am I focused on being that person that can provide that peace, that safe haven? I've had times in my marriage where I have not had peace. And I've been the one that was triggering that we didn't have peace because I wanted this way, I wanted this way, this way. And then there was moments I had to back up being like, wow, it's not peaceful here because of me. Like I've had moments like that and I've had to take that, like, swallow that pill. I didn't like it. Nobody likes it. Nobody wants to be like, I'm the root cause. But then I had to dig deep. Where's this coming from? And how can I change it? Because I don't like it. My husband doesn't like it. We're not doing that. Right? Sometimes it's you. Sometimes it's you. And you know what? You can change that today. You really can. So, stewarding the home, the physical things in the home, the floor is clean, the dishes done, like things that are like inside of our place. We actually have a lot of white everywhere. Our floors are white. So gosh, I feel like my husband and I shed like crazy. So constantly vacuuming. Once a week, we're steam mopping. We're scrubbing things down because it's white. And I like it because it's bright, but we have to clean a lot. And that's okay. We're stewarding that. Now, we have to because we choose to clean a lot. Other people won't. I know other people that are just kind of like, whatever. Somebody else can take care of this and fix this. You get to steward. You get to take care of things. You get to take care of the people inside of your home. You get to take care of yourself. And if your home is not peaceful, how can you find more ways to get the peace to fill inside of your home? And just praying over that, because what you focus on grows. You can focus on, I don't like that couch. I don't like that thing. I don't like how they're acting. Well, that's out of your control. Or it's your perspective on the couch or the thing that you want to replace, rather than how can I be grateful for this? Or how can I show up for them, the person specifically? So I hope that this is helpful. I hope that you're gleaning and you're learning something from this, because it definitely is powerful to really be able to press in on. So if you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay, share what's coming up for you, share what you're learning, share this with somebody. Maybe they really need to hear, you know what? I get to steward my home. Or just like my friend, being a stay-at-home mom. Yes, maybe eventually she'll get a part-time job to help, but she's doing such an amazing job raising her two boys and being like that pillar for them, to show them what it means to be respectful, to be strong, to steward what they have, to be good little men that are growing up. Like, I know moms need to hear that. So there's another piece. Go share with a mom today that she's doing a great job. Show her a little extra love. Get her Starbucks, get her some flowers, get her a card, Venmo her like a little bit of money. Venmo the person that you know that is just busting their tail, but maybe never or rarely gets the thank you, an attaboy. Because there's a lot of people that choose job and provision over their family. And then their family, ends up being broken and goes awry. Now, it doesn't always happen that way, but people that choose to steward their family first, God blesses that, truly. So go thank that person. So I hope you guys all have an amazing Sunday, and we will be back again tomorrow for day 29. Bye, everyone.